Hi, glad you could join me. I'm Michael Fletcher-Jones, a video and marketing producer based in Perth, Western Australia. And today I'm just going to be talking briefly here about Facebook video advertising and how it can benefit your business. Now, this isn't trying to sell you anything, but just give you a guide about what the best way forward might be if you're interested in getting into this area. Now, Facebook ads aren't all I do. I've been producing all sorts of video content, mainly for businesses here in Perth, where I'm based. Now, if my ad targeting is working, that's where you should be. And you've probably got an interest in growing your own business, or you work within a business that can benefit from these services. Now, I'm going to quickly assume that you know something about aspects of Facebook targeting in general, including remarketing and retargeting, using Facebook to create custom audiences which can narrow the focus of your advertising to the cream of the crop. Now, many of you might be using digital marketing agencies to run your campaigns or social media, and you may be aware of some of how this works. Don't worry if you don't have your head around all this stuff. I'm actually going to explain all that further on in the video in a way that is hopefully non-technical and understandable from a business perspective. For the moment though, let's assume you're using paid ad campaigns on Facebook. The most common being image ads or carousel ads that show up in people's feeds and encourage some sort of action. People clicking through to your website or landing page or product cart, for example. So why would you want to use video? Now, there's a number of reasons. Cost. Surprising to many because they assume video is a more expensive form of advertising. But it is actually cheaper, way cheaper. Although prices of individual clicks vary depending on the market, generally speaking, the cost per click on a video is 10% the cost of the same click on a single image ad or carousel. Now, why is that? Well, the dominant theory is that it's a deliberate engineering attempt by Facebook to turn more of their platform over to video content. They know video is more engaging, and so it keeps its users on the site for longer. They're also looking to develop Facebook into more of a streaming media company, competing with Netflix and others. All very interesting, but whatever the reason, video advertising is way cheaper at the delivery and conversion end of the equation. Yes, video can be more expensive to produce than simply sticking up a stock image with some text strewn across it, and it often takes more time and care to put together. But if you're smart about it, you can repurpose a lot of your video content for other uses and other campaigns. And pretty soon that upfront cost gets easily absorbed in using video as an ad format and the higher click-through rates that video bring. Now, in digital marketing speak, they would say the engagement levels are much higher. Basically, this means people like to watch video content more than any other type of content. Not only that, recall is better, and it's much more impactful in driving your customers towards a key behavioural action. Now, there is a factor that needs to be considered here. Your video content still needs to be relevant and, well, actually good. Crap content will just not work. And just because you're using video doesn't mean your campaigns are going to be instantly successful. We're still talking about good video. And also, the production quality of your video is often going to be signaling where your brand is at. Now, signaling is a concept whereby audiences equate the quality and, yes, sometimes the expense of a commercial with the quality of the brand. And there is a compelling body of evidence and research that establishes that this is actually happening. This is sometimes why I cringe slightly when I hear digital marketing people say, just do it on your phone, DIY. They'll form an opinion on your brand that you may not be too crazy about. Lastly, it gives you richer feedback. You don't get watch time on a single image ad, for example, so you get a clearer picture of what's working and what isn't. So I'm going to briefly discuss now the ways that targeting works in Facebook. And this is one of the ways in which Facebook advertising is so powerful in general. Not only getting you in front of the audiences you need from a demographic standpoint, but also in the way you can use it for remarketing and retargeting your audiences. It's called custom audiences, and it's an extremely powerful way of targeting people who are warm leads. That is, people much more likely to make a purchase decision and who are further along the sales cycle. Now, you can build as many custom audiences as you wish, who may be very different as individuals and may have very different requirements from your business. Now, there's nothing wrong with general targeting. In fact, I think it's still a very good idea, especially if you want to elevate your brand awareness. Coca-Cola didn't create their brand by somehow only showing their ads to 16-year-olds with a demonstrated interest in sugary soda. They did it through mass media advertising, by targeting through messaging and achieving broad brand recognition through wide exposure. You can also use more general targeting to replenish your supply of custom audiences. So how does that work on a practical level? Many campaigns may start off with wading a big net into the ocean. The purpose is to bring in everyone within these demographic types, and you can be as general or specific as you wish. You could say, let's target people in the inner Perth area who are female between the ages of 30 and 40, browsing on a mobile phone and have a displayed interest in footwear, just for example. So your net is still quite selective, and it's ignoring a lot of those fish out there, and it's targeting to people who fit that category. So your ad gets shown to those people, and a proportion of them will click through and see what you're offering, and others will just sail on by. Maybe you'll get them next time. But then out of the people in those audiences who do get to click through to your website, landing page, shopping cart or whatever, you can then create these custom audiences. By installing a piece of code on your website, Facebook Pixel if you want to look it up, it's able to track them beyond the life of that moment that they clicked on your ad and it brought them to your website. Now they are part of a custom audience, and you can create campaigns that purely target to that group. And whether or not they bought something from your website or called you up and requested your services, you can remarket to them. So you can continue to retarget them with your ads, including special promotions or other content. That's also why you may want to build up a sequence of different ads. Don't just expect to run the one ad in perpetuity. Make different ads that either follow on from your initial offering or make ones that are specific to those custom audiences. Another way you can build custom audiences is out of email lists. Now, email lists are incredibly valuable, and I'd encourage any business to find opportunities to capture the email lists of past customers or prospective customers. These email lists can be fed into the Facebook custom audience system, and then your ads are targeted purely at the people on those lists. One way that marketers acquire these lists is by encouraging people to provide their email information in exchange for a free resource, newsletters, voucher promotions, competitions, etc. Simple, but a great resource for remarketing. So hopefully this video has given you a reasonable introduction to the process of creating Facebook video ads, why you should use them, some of the approaches you can employ when creating them, and how and why you should target your audiences. Of course, my company, MFJ Media, produces not only Facebook ads, but ads for other platforms as well as organic social media content. And I'd encourage you to check out the rest of the website, www.mfjmedia.com.au, and take a look at how other businesses have been using video successfully. Now, if you want to keep up with our special member-only offers, or would like to access free educational content about all things related to video marketing, consider becoming a subscriber today by simply filling in the form below. Feel free to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. This is Michael Fletcher Jones for MFJ Media. Thanks for watching.